The mystery of the hanging pillar in Lepakshi Temple, India. India is an ancient country with a rich history of Vedic civilizations. In keeping with history, there are many temples that can be found at every step of the way. Hence, there are a certain number of temples in India that have astonishing mysteries connected with it. Having lived in the state of Andhra Pradesh for many years, your Meenamma has been intrigued by its people and its temples. The temple at Lepakshi holds a very special mystery. It has a floating pillar that has not been explained by science even until today. It has been a major attraction for tourists from far and wide. Come, travel with me. Let us go to Lepakshi and check out this floating enigma, the pillar that floats in Lepakshi. The beautiful 16th century Veerabhadra temple, also known as the Lepakshi Temple, is located in the small historical village of Lepakshi in the Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh, India, about 15 kilometers east of Hindupur, approximately 120 kilometers north of Bangalore. It is a region of shrines dedicated to Lord Shiva, Vishnu, and Veerabhadra. The Veerabhadra temple dates back to the medieval era and was constructed by two brothers, Virupanna and Veeranna, allies of the Vijayanagaram Empire, in 1583. Built in the typical style of the Vijayanagaram architecture, the temple features many exquisite sculptures of gods, goddesses, dancers, and musicians, and hundreds of paintings all over the walls, columns, and ceilings depicting stories from the epics of the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and the Puranas. This includes a 24 feet by 12 feet fresco of Veerabhadra, the fiery god created by Shiva, on the ceiling, which is the largest fresco of any single figure in India. At the front of the temple is a large Nandi, the bull, the mount of the Lord Shiva, which is carved from a single block of stone, and it is said to be the largest of its type in the world. The Lepakshi temple is famed for another engineering wonder. Among the 70 stone pillars, there is one pillar that hangs from the ceiling. You heard me right, a pillar that hangs from the ceiling. The base of the pillar barely touches the ground, and it is possible to pass objects such as a thin sheet of paper or a piece of cloth from one side to the other. It is said that the pillar is a bit dislodged from its original position by a British engineer who tried to move it in an unsuccessful attempt to uncover the secret of its support. When the Veerabhadra temple was built by the brothers Veeranna and Virupanna, they were then the governors under the Vijayanagara Empire. This was during the reign of King Achyutaraya. You will be aware that the great Vijayanagaram Empire gave patronage to Indian artists. The Veerabhadra Lepakshi temple at Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh is indeed a marvel in stone. As per the Puranas, the Veerabhadra temple was built by the sage Agastya. Murtis of Ganesha, Nandi, Veerabhadra, Shiva, Bhadrakali, Vishnu, and Lakshmi are important deities in this temple. It is also believed that the Pakshi or the bird Jatayu fell at this spot after his battle with Ravana to rescue Mata Sita. Lord Rama is said to have told the brave bird, Lepakshi, which means rise you bird in Telugu. This temple also houses a footprint that is believed to be of Mata Sita. Walking around the temple, you will discover the glory of the Vijayanagaram Empire, which gave patronage to artists who created these amazing pictorial representations. Carved on its walls are images of musicians and saints. You will see beautiful dancing Ganesha Murtis, statues of Mata Parvati and the Lord Shiva. There is also a cave chamber here where the sage Agastya is said to have lived for many years. I ask you to focus on the 70 pillars in this temple built in the Vijayanagaram style. Out of the 70 pillars, 69 of them stand from roof to floor, but one pillar in the corner does not touch the floor. A wafer-thin space exists between the floor and that pillar. How was this constructed? How was this done? It is indeed a mystery, isn't it? One big mystery at the Lepakshi Temple is how the hanging pillar was constructed or carved. There is a small gap between the temple floor and the base of the pillar, and it's very easy. You can see people passing objects through it. Some highlights of this temple and its enigmatic pillar. The hanging pillar of Lepakshi is attached to the ceiling but not to the floor, as I've already told you. It's an ancient pillar, defying gravity, hanging midair. What really makes everyone marvel is how the Lepakshi Temple is home to this miraculous hanging pillar. It is absolutely stunning to even dare to imagine what instruments could have been used to have a wafer-thin gap between the pillar's bottom and the surface of the rock stone floor underneath it. The guides who take you around will do different things to prove that the rocky stone pillar is indeed hanging and is suspended and not touching the floor. This is one of the best known and a tribute to the engineering genius of the ancient and medieval Indian temple builders and carvers. Imagine, you can actually put a piece of cloth underneath and slide it to the other side without any obstruction, proving that the hanging pillar is disconnected from the floor. It is famously known as the Akasik Stamba or the floating pillar. However, it is slightly dislodged from its original position. It is said that during the British era, a British engineer tried to move it in an unsuccessful attempt to uncover the secrets of its support. Needless to add, neither the curious British engineer, whose identity is unknown, nor anyone after him have been able to explain this mystery of how the hanging pillar was crafted. However, they couldn't reset it after the Britisher damaged it, so it is just hanging and left in an odd position. According to historians, the history of the pillar dates back to the Ramayana. Besides the hanging pillar, there are other attractions as well. Veerabhadra Temple is famous for its sculptures. It is popular for the collection of mural paintings from the Vijayanagaram Empire. These depict various stories, like the marriage of Lord Shiva. There are several forms of Shiva inside the hanging pillar of Lepakshi. There is a shrine of goddess Bhadrakali wearing serene expressions, a rare one. Many old Kannada inscriptions are carved on the walls. The interior of the temple is cut out of granite. There are other brilliant carvings, like a cow showing multiple postures in the same sculpture. There is a massive block of granite, 20 feet tall, with carvings. Another attraction of the Veerabhadra temple is the Nandi bull, made from a single stone, which is India's biggest monolithic Nandi. It is a massive structure, allegedly the biggest colossal ever. This enormous structure is 27 feet long, 15 feet high. This grandeur is a perfectly proportioned body with finely carved ornaments. It faces a Shivalinga shielded by a huge serpent. Apart from its record size, the perfectly balanced body, smooth outlines, and finely carved adornment adds to its magnificence. Once you reach the hanging pillar of Lepakshi Temple's outer compound, you will see an enormous Ganesha sculpted in stone inclined against a rock. It creates a sheltering roof over a black granite sheltering a Shivalinga. This is known as the biggest Nagalinga in India. The Lepakshi Temple is indeed a marvel of archaeological and artistic flavor. It is indeed one of the temples in India with many of the firsts and the best. Will you and I live to see the end of this mystery of the floating pillar? The world will think again and again, but then will this ever be solved? How did this happen at Lepakshi? If you like the content of this video, do like and subscribe to my channel Meet Meenamma. Don't forget to click the bell icon for regular updates. Also do comment and interact with Meenamma. I would love your opinions. Meenamma looks forward to meeting you again in the next video and episode. Let us together take a long journey into yet another mystery that intrigues me. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great life and make a difference. Oi, Meenamma. Oi, 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 Meenamma.